The Green Bay Packers' first pick in this year's draft will be the 52nd overall selection. But how have they fared with that pick in the past? We take a look back on today's episode of the Daily Packers Post. I'm Gil Martin. Welcome to the Monday episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth videos on your Green Bay Packers. We have new episodes dropping every day, Monday through Friday. So hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And visit our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on your Green Bay Packers. Today, we take a look at how the Packers have fared with that 52nd overall pick in the NFL draft. Because of the Micah Parsons trade, the Packers do not have a first-round pick. So, pick 52 in round 2 will be their first crack at the board this year. How have they done with that 52nd pick? Well, they've made 2 outstanding picks and a few others as well that kind of end up as trivia questions more than as contributing football players. The last time the Packers had that 52 selection was in 2006, when in round 2 they took wide receiver Greg Jennings. Jennings came out of Western Michigan University and became an immediate starter for the Packers, had 3 seasons of 1,000 yards receiving or more in his 7 years in Green Bay, and went over 900 yards on 2 other occasions. Twice, he caught 10 or more touchdowns in a season, and he earned Pro Bowl honors after both the 2010 and 2011 seasons. Also caught the touchdown pass that helped Brett Favre become the all-time leader in touchdown passes at the time. In 7 years with the Packers, Jennings caught 425 passes for 6,537 yards and 53 touchdowns. He was also an integral part of the 2010 Super Bowl winning team in Super Bowl 45, where he caught 4 passes for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jennings was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame in 2022. Now, the other really outstanding pick the Packers had with the 52nd overall pick, you got to go all the way back to 1952 when they took defensive tackle Dave Hog Hanner. Hanner, well, he was a 5th-round pick because there were a lot fewer teams in the NFL back in 1952, but Hog Hanner became a real all-time Packer. Played 13 seasons in the NFL, all of them with Green Bay, went to the Pro Bowl after the 1953 and 54 season, and the Arkansas alum stayed in Green Bay as a player through the 1964 season, won 2 championships under Vince Lombardi in 1961 and 62, and unofficially, because sacks did not officially become a stat until 1982, he was credited with 18 sacks and 9 fumble recoveries. In 1965, after he retired, Vince Lombardi made him the team's defensive line coach. He stayed in that position through the Packers' 3 consecutive world championships from 1965 to 1967, and stayed that way through the 1971 season. In 1972, Dan Devine promoted him to defensive coordinator. The team went 10-4 that year and had one of the better defenses in the league. He stayed as the DC under Bart Starr through the 79 season, then briefly went to the Bears, but in 1982, he returned to the Packers as a quality control assistant and later as a scout before finally retiring in 1996. He was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame in 1974 and was part of the Packers organization for longer than anybody, with the possible exception of Curly Lambeau. Now, there were some other picks who never panned out with the 52nd overall pick. In 1965, Lombardi took defensive back Wally Maul, and he was a 4th-round pick out of Syracuse, but despite spending some time on the practice squad, then known as the taxi squad, he never appeared in a regular season game. Back in 1951, Wade Stinson, He was a back, played two ways. He was a 5th-round pick with the 52nd overall selection. Never played pro ball, but later became the athletic director of his alma mater at the University of Kansas. And then in 1947, in the 7th round with the 52nd overall pick, the Packers took back Dick Connors. The Northwestern alum never played in the NFL, which was, again, back then, not uncommon. Salaries were much lower. Players could make more money very often working a typical 9-to-5 job. So we'll see how the Packers fare with the 52nd overall pick this year, but twice they've added players that went on to be in the Packers Hall of Fame, and that at least should give some reason for optimism heading into this year's draft. Don't forget to visit our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on your Green Bay Packers. Here on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss one of our episodes. I'm Gil Martin. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. And of course, go Pack Go.